Hello, everyone. This is Kelly Beard of KarmicTools.com, and this is your weekly forecast for December 10th to the 16th of 2023. So our quote for the week says, "Become a clear container, energetically free from collective viral thinking." Deep breath. We are really entering the Mercury retrograde zone this week. And let's say if and when the planets are forward motion up in the sky affecting us all, it's powerful. It can go either way, right? But when they turn retrograde, I think that allows us to turn that energy inward and resource it within us. So when we do it with Mercury, it's about turning inward to reset your mental body, the part of you that processes all the information you pick up with your other six senses. So we're entering the zone. It is purification season pretty much for the next 2 to 3 months anyway, in addition to the energies that support that. Let's think about what Mercury retrograde really means. We just had the live, and we couldn't even get through the whole year because it was so potent and powerful in the first half of the year. So that's turning into part 1, and we're going to do part 2 on the Mercury retrograde. I'm actually thinking of scheduling it in January now because I don't have a community event scheduled in January at the moment. So it's possible that I'll squeeze it in there. But I'll keep you posted. Meantime, our week kicks off on Monday the 11th with Mercury sextiling Venus. This is an opportunity, a great opportunity to beautify your ideas and clarify your thoughts, refining and enriching them to resonate more authentically with your unique essence. Relationships tend to bask in ease and harmonious communication under this influential energy. It gently directs your focus toward emotions, inspiring feelings of love and beauty, which infuses your thoughts and ideas. It is a delicious phase to delve deeply into your creativity or engage in activities that awaken your inner artist. You can opt for a light-hearted approach and momentarily release the weight of the usual burdens. Pleasure seeking through activities like reading, strolling along the beach, enjoying a play, or exploring a museum would enrich your week if possible. And if you can't do it in person, maybe go online and surf around. 12/12 is a huge day. First of all, it's our new moon. It's the day Mercury goes retrograde. It is 12/12 portal. It is so much good juju. Starting with the Sag new moon, which gives us energy that supports a new vision as we navigate the cusp between the old year and the new year. Opportunities will be presented, and you will find out how you are evolving by the choices and commitments you make going forward. No longer can we agree to terms which hold no meaning or value for the individual or the community. The global family has expanded, our consciousness has evolved, and the vibratory frequency of the planet has increased considerably. Building constructs to support a more balanced existence this lifetime will require time, energy, and resources to birth in our 3D reality. On the other hand, the invisible, thought and feeling, always precedes the visible results in form. And Sagittarius is all about what you believe before you even have a clue what you want to or are capable of building in Capricorn. The Sag new moon brings a potent seed point. Scorpio always brings personal rebirth and permanent transformation, which leads to a totally new Sag truth, which leads to a newly reborn Capricorn reality. I encourage you to always see truth as fluid and reality as co-creative and malleable. And thus, they both change and shift according to what other energies and entities are involved. Stepping into 2024, ask yourself, where are you or we headed? If you happen to have Sag Gemini or Pisces Virgo activated in your chart, then this is a huge new beginning for you personally, or in those houses or areas of life for the rest of us. So deep breath. This is the time of year I tell you to dream big, expand your vision, suspend all the usual limitations that you think about, money and time and pressure and people and family, and obligations that we tend to take on during the course of a lifetime. Each year we get a chance to kind of shed a skin in Scorpio and then come out to tell a new story in Sag. And that's what we're seeding this new moon. What new story, what new narrative would you like to be living into come 2024? And with the moon work, think 6 months to a year, and in the bigger cycles, 18 months to 18 years. That's how the lunar cycles roll. So with Sag, just think where you want to be in 6 months from now and a year from now, and plant the seeds of that story. Same day, Mercury retrogrades in Capricorn until January 1st is when it goes direct, 1/1/2024. So we're going from a 7-year to an 8-year. 2024 is going to be powerful by itself just by being that number. And this 1212 portal is always in alignment to a higher frequency. When I was working them religiously kind of every year, we started doing this a lot when 2000 hit. So then we had 01, 01, 01, 02, 02, 02, 03, 03, 03, that kind of thing. So 10, 10, 2010 was amazing. 11, 11, 2011, and 12, 12, 2012 were big years for doing meditations on those portals. But eventually I did it so much that I started to feel that like on the 10-10, the 1 was about you, the individual. The 11-11 would be what you could do in partnership, and 12-12 would become the community and what you birth out into the world. So we can look at all these portals as sort of moving us along our path. And Mercury retrograde is for sure a portal of its own. While it's in Capricorn, it invites us to revisit the basic essentials of life, our homes, work, and the delicate equilibrium between self and others. This period calls for introspection into our decisions, commitments, and the mindset that we held when making them in the last 3 months. It beckons us to assess the value, strength, and sustainability of our ideas, thoughts, and concepts. Think Mercury. As it embarks on its retrograde journey this week, it encourages us to reassess and refine our thinking regarding our choices and commitments. This introspective time serves as a preparatory phase, allowing us to stride forward into the new year with a revitalized sense of integrity within and trust in an expanded vision. It is an opportunity to confidently embrace, embody, and express a new narrative, one grounded in personal integrity that activates creative longevity and an enduring legacy, if that is what you are creating at this time. And all of us, I believe, in my circle, are definitely creating our own kinds of legacies across the board. So dates to remember: Mercury entered Sag November 10th, and then it entered Capricorn December 1st, retrogrades 12-12, December 12th, re-enters Sag December 23rd, right before Christmas, goes direct in Sag on January 1st, re-enters Capricorn January 13th, and finally enters Aquarius February 5th. And we just had the live event, so that replay will be ready soon enough. Meantime, I have finally created links to personal activations. And it kicks off with Mercury, because getting your Mercury personal activations can be valuable if you know that this particular retrograde is going to affect you. So this year, right now, November 10th to February 5th of 2024, Mercury lives in Sag or Capricorn. So if you know you have those signs or any part of those families, Sag, Gemini, Virgo, Pisces will be directly affected by the Sag portion, and Cancer, Capricorn, Aries, Libra will be directly affected by the Capricorn portion. But having them back to back is trying to activate our imaginations in a certain way so that we can call in a new reality in a certain way. And it would be a really good thing to take this time between now and February to drop in and cultivate that vision for your new year, for your new life, for your new identity and purpose, whatever's emerging for you at this time. So the Mercury activations could be for one set, meaning right now you would get them just for the November to February Sag Capricorn. But in March, April, May, it's going to retrograde in Aries. In July, August, September, it's going to retrograde in Leo, Virgo. And then at the end of 2024, November, December, and January of 2025, it's going to retrograde through Sag, all Sag, not the crossover like what we're having now. At the end of 2023, it's Sag Capricorn. At the end of 24, it's going to be all Sag. So we are preparing for that expanded vision to take root or to literally be activated in 2025. So everything that we can do this year with the Earth-Fire combo is going to be so useful in creating the foundation or the structure and the protections and protocols and the containers for your ideas and the different earthy aspects of your fiery creativity. Let's put it that way. We're putting it together this year so that we can be inspired next year, which will end up moving between fire and water in 2025. And that's a whole nother ball game in and of itself. So if you feel called to get one of these sets during one of these times of this year of 2024, those will always be available now. I have permanently listed them on my karmictools.com site under classes. And the reason it's under classes is because that's where self-study courses and digital downloads are. So this is where you can get to the Astro 101 class, the Power Circle membership, Mercury retrograde personal activations. I created the Venus personal activations and Mars personal activations. These are things I've been doing for my core circle for a while now, and they've just been so well received. They've told me over and over that I need to get them on the website and make them available for other people as well. So if you're looking to work a little more closely with Mercury, Venus, or Mars, then I've created some little packages here where you can get one set for $25, or the annual bundle for Mercury is $75. That way you get all four, and that would include all your personal activations for all 4 times it's going to retrograde in 24. With Venus and Mars, it's a 3-month bundle. So you get either 1 month or 3 months of your personal activations. And really, it just depends on how you roll. 3 months is if you're kind of a planner, like to look ahead, or if you have something coming up and you want to research that time. These activations are when Mercury, Venus, or Mars are touching your personal planets in your personal chart. So it's very, very customized. This is not a computer-generated report. This is something I created for myself years ago. And like I said, I've been doing for the core group for a while. So if you're feeling called, it's like having a personal horoscope. I guess that's what it would be called in mainstream world. But for us, we call it activations because the planets touch things and sort of activate our energies to make moves in certain directions or not, depending on what they're telling us. And the whole point is to be in sync with your chart. So when you know how they're affecting you directly in that customized way, it's easier for you to make certain decisions. So with Mercury, I said Mercury retrogrades 3 to 4 times per year, moving through different signs and houses in your chart. So your personal activations will guide you through any contacts with your own planets so that you can consciously co-create and make the most of the current energies. Venus personal activations, if you want to stay in alignment with your own receptive feminine energy that guides your values and priorities, then working with your Venus personal activations will be an invaluable guide as you make decisions regarding your relationships and finances. So again, you can get 1 month or 3 months, and the bonus is, because I have a Venus circle, you can also get the replay and the tools from there as a bonus. The Mars personal activations are if you want to stay in alignment or if you're working with your active masculine energy that guides your actions and choices, then working with your Mars personal activations would be an invaluable guide as you make decisions regarding who you are and what you want. So it just depends on your focus and your needs at this time, but I'm excited to have new offerings as we go into the new year. Lots of things are changing, and I could easily put a bug in your ear now suggesting I'd love to hear from you, and maybe I'll cook up some kind of survey or something about how attached you all are to YouTube and Instagram, because frankly, my teaching platform is so wonderful and it's unlimited space, so I can have videos and audios there just as easily as anywhere else, and then I keep it private, and it's a container that you all can get to just as easily as you go to any other website. You could just come to mine and everything would be there. So I think you all have heard me talk about not liking the middleman and third parties and things like that. I like the direct connection And I love that you all are part of my real community. You know, I'm sorry, but followers and subscribers, I can't keep up with thousands of numbers that I don't even know these people, right? I can't know all those people. But when you come into my world, into karmictools.com, then you're in the container, you're in the community, you're in the sacred space. And we don't have to worry so much about external interference. So I'm really playing with that idea for the new year, y'all. On one hand, I got a great rhythm and posting weekly is not a problem. But on the other hand, the world's getting so nutty out there that I am just deciding where I want to place my energy and do I want to be spread out that way. So let me hear from you about how, like I said, how much you love YouTube or Instagram. Those are the only two places I post. So let me know. Meantime, before I get off of 1212, I didn't mean to off-road so hard, is our monthly money pouring ritual with Yeye Tish. So the way to get in on that is to register at her Patreon for $5 or more. And it's a wonderful, amazing, in the moment, there is no replay. It's a in the moment alchemical timing of the new moon. And this time we're on the official new moon. Like I said, it's the 1212 portal. It's going to be so powerful. And Yeye always off-roads into various deeper teachings about abundance and prosperity and economics and different things that we need to learn and be aware of. And then sometimes she off-roads and does some teachings about current events and what's going on and how we're being affected by this new moon and everything else that's going on around us. So it is a juicy in the moment, if we catch you, it's divine order to be with us in person. And there are some little instructions to the money pouring ritual. I want to remind people about that. It's posted in Patreon, but I don't know how many people actually pay attention to the fact that you really need to review Yeye's teaching video that explains the money pouring ritual in detail, teaches you the chant that we're going to sing. Not that she doesn't teach it in the moment, but if you all take care of that preliminary stuff, then when we are in the moment, she can do deeper teachings and she doesn't have to focus on these little details of how to and the basic things that you should already know, because you should have been able to open the audios, videos, or PDFs instructions that are provided for you. So if you're into it, definitely check that out. Our last activation for the week falls on the 16th, which is Saturday, and it's Sun square Neptune. So not only do we have Mercury retrograde, you know, messing with the perceptions and turning things around and making us look at things from other perspectives, you know, a square to Neptune means that perceptions are a little skewed at the moment. So again, with being quiet and receptive and observant and as alert as you possibly can so that you can pick up on any signs and signals to sidestep drama, okay? This cosmic influence might stir feelings of self-doubt, self-delusion, and a general sense of confusion, seemingly originating from within or directed toward oneself. However, it is essential to recognize that this energy is transient and temporary. It serves as the universe's gentle nudge to slow down and reassess whether your aspirations might have been unrealistic or born from fleeting fantasies. When your energy feels depleted and your optimism wanes, it is wise to pause, take a break, and prioritize rest and rejuvenation if possible. Above all, refrain from initiating grand plans during this phase, as perception might be clouded, preventing a clear view of reality. Fortunately, this influence is short-lived, offering relief in its brevity. I'm also leaving in Owl Medicine, which was an amazing night. And if you have Owl as your totem or just respect her medicine and wisdom, you would love those goodies in replay. For only $25, you can log in immediately. I've cleaned it up, so the raw has been shifted out to the clean. And the tools are really juicy and wonderful to work with. The prayers have 3 different sections: imagination, inner wisdom, and spirituality. The journal prompts have storytelling, secrets, and dreams. And Mad Libs, which is kind of a fill in the blanks, has shadows and darkness, faith and beliefs, and travel and culture. in addition to like 3 or 4 other PDFs and extra bonus goodies and things that are in there. So enjoy OWL for the month of December. Now, the links at the bottom of the blog are to the new monthly subscription for $9.99. That includes a whole lot of goodies, so click on the details here to find out all that's included. If you already know, like most of my people know, you can just click subscribe and go for it. I did create an annual subscription as in addition to the monthly subscription that gives you a little extra savings as well. It's either $9.99 a month or $99 for the year. Also, this is kind of early bird to get ready for Astro 101 class in February, March. Of course, the Astro Tarot reading is a check-in with your cycles, and we can ask a specific question for the tarot, or we can just use whatever pops up in the chart as relevant for now. But it's a great check-in reading. And the Soul Sisters Circle invitation, I'm leaving at the bottom here because this is a good one that lets you know the kind of work I'm doing and a little bit about my story. So for the new people coming into the community, this is a great place to start. It talks about my core values, the different aspects of the support I offer, and how we're cultivating community around here. And I have been at it since 1999, so there's been many evolutions and revolutions in that power circle. And the Venus circle came along by 2007, and the Soul Sisters circle was born officially probably 2020. I think we did a dry run in 2019 where we practiced being a community around the animal medicine. So lots of evolutions of community around here, and I'm very grateful for those of you who have been with me so long and evolving and growing and working the tools right beside me. It is both a privilege and a pleasure to serve in this way, and I'm very grateful for you. So check all those goodies out when you get a chance. Oh yes, I am including the Ancestral Souls Rising links. We're going to add that this week because it's time to start registering for that if you haven't already as well. That, if you don't know, there'll be a brochure introducing you to the Council for Global Ancestral Reverence, part of which is Yay Louise Satish, of course. And that council committed to 7 years of dedication to ancestral reverence, specifically kicking off in 2019 because of COVID, because so many people were dying tragically and suddenly and unexpectedly and under horrible circumstances that they weren't getting proper burial rites. And if you don't already know, that is one of my things. Creating grief protocols and helping people understand and honor grief is something that is very close, near and dear to my heart. And Yay does a lot of work in that area as well. So Ancestral Souls Rising, they're going to show us from many, many different cultures and people around the world and doing ancestral reverence in many different ways. I mean, I think they have 10 or 20 people every year since 2019. It gets better and bigger every single year. So they too are working on ways to create the container for this amazing, let's say, time capsule, reminding us how important it is to be what Yeye calls the ancestors of the future, right? That's who we are. We are future ancestors. They're going to be calling us like we calling them now. So it's a wonderful 9-day live event every day. I mean, the first day is live on December 21st. And then the 9 days, each day is a little short video illuminating the 9 layers of the soul according to the African tradition. So check that out when you get a chance if you are into ancestral reverence and wanting to learn more about that. And that it concludes my weekly forecast. Thank you so much for being part of the community. Thanks for listening. Reach out directly when you need to. This is Kelly Beard of Karmic Tools signing off. Have a fantastic week.